Good morning, everyone. Melissa Deely here, registered health coach, and here today for day 10 of our 12 days of Christmas, surviving the stresses, eating and drinking your way through the holidays. And today I want to talk to you about self-care and whether you are prioritizing self-care or is self-care something that gets squeezed when life gets busy. And I'd like to invite all of you to consider a reframe on self-care that I've only learned myself this year and have been putting into practice. And it makes such a difference in how I feel, how I go about my days, and the joy that I have in my life. And what that reframe is that self-care is the most selfless act you can take. Because when you look after yourself first, you have the energy, the patience, the love to show up as your best self for everyone else in your life. Instead of putting yourself last, getting run down, drained, sick, who are you when you are that person? How do you interact with your children? Are you short on patience? Are you quick to snap? How do you interact with your spouse? Is it the same? How are you interacting with your colleagues? When we are drained, we simply don't have the energy, the will, the ability to be patient, to be as kind, to be as understanding. We are struggling to just get through and survive our day. And it's amazing. You may be thinking, well, if I'm already struggling and surviving to get through my day, how do I make time for self-care? That's where you need to take a really good look at your calendar. What is in there that isn't serving you right now, that perhaps isn't aligned with what you need to get done this next week, this next month? What can you delegate? Where can you learn to say no? You can't be everything to everyone all of the time. As much as we might try to be and think that we're superhuman, we're not. And what you need to be doing is, along with everything else you're blocking in your calendar, you need to block that self-care time. Whether it's a yoga class, whether it's the gym, whether it's going cross-country skiing or downhill skiing with friends, whether it's a movie night out, a date night, a night out with girlfriends, maybe it's a bath, maybe it's just getting to bed early a couple nights this week because you know you're going to have some late nights as well. When you plan it and when you put it in your calendar, it's so much more likely to happen. And I don't know, maybe I'm starting to sound like a broken record because I do keep talking about planning through these 10 days so far, but planning is so important for self-care. And that was the shift that I had to make myself this year, was to put it in my calendar. And when I started doing that, it started happening. And I was that mom that put everyone else first. And now it's amazing. I don't feel like any of my family is missing out. And I am so much more productive in everything else that I do. And I feel so much better when I actually get in that self-care time. So I'd love to invite you, when you watch this video, to make a note of what you're doing for your self-care. Today, I was going to go to yoga, but then it snowed and my daughter said, let's go skiing. She's working this morning. So I was like, okay, I'll work this morning too. And I'll ski this afternoon and have some amazing ski time in some powder with my daughter. Feeds my heart, feeds my soul. That's self-care. So even though the plan had been yoga, the plan changed. And flexibility works too. We never want to be so stuck on something that we're stressing out because it didn't happen. So allow that flexibility in and allow in self-care time. It might just be reading a book for half an hour in quiet solitude. Whatever it is, get some self-care time in every day for you. And notice how your life improves. Because when you go through life feeling happy, that happiness surrounds you. You draw happy people to you. So have a wonderful, happy rest of your day with some self-care. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 11. Bye.